Hello and welcome to Young Startup Talent in a Dragon's Den style. Now in its third year, we have 6 budding entrepreneurs with some fantastic business ideas, all competing for £50,000 worth of business products and services to promote their successful business. So let's see how they get on. Matt Turner, MD of award-winning creative design and marketing agency Creative Pod. Matthew Tyson, Director of Richard Place Dobson Accountancy and Business Advisors in the Gatwick Diamond. Jane McGill, HR Business Partner for all of British Airways operations at Gatwick Airport. Marion Broughton, Vice President of Thales Avionics, Training and Simulation Business in the UK. Lorraine Nugent, Managing Director of leading PR agency for the Gatwick Diamond, Media Word Waves Limited. Gary Shipton, Editor-in-Chief of the West Sussex County Times Group of newspapers and award-winning journalist. Dean Orgel, Partner and Chairman of leading law firm Mayo Wynne Baxter Solicitors. Alan Cook, Senior Manager Commercial, Lloyds TSB Banking Group. Heads up a group of 10 relationship managers across the Gatwick Diamond and Brighton areas.
Hello, my name is George Stacey and this is my business partner Sam Reyes, and we're here today to talk to you about our business idea, the Purple Card.
The Purple Card is our idea for an 11 to 16-year-old discount card scheme for the secondary school market.
The idea around the card originated after a day out between me and Sam where we went to our local town of Chichester.
Now, originally when we came up with the idea, we were going to charge £5 for our card, similar in a sense to the NUS discount card, which caters for the 16 plus university and college student market. We've since revised our idea as we realised that charging £5 would create a further barrier between us and our potential market. Our new idea is to distribute the cards to every single student across England for free. Now, of course, this poses questions such as how would we fund it? We realised that we couldn't do this in one go, so we would expand out across the country in stages, starting here in the southeast. There are 365 secondary schools in the southeast, with about 1,000 students in each, so let's call that 365,000 students. It will cost us roughly £146,000 to print all the cards for the students in the southeast. To fund this, we would charge retailers 5p for every card we distribute. So in essence, each retailer will be paying us £18,250 in an annual payment. This would fund the cards. Now, of course, we would need to sign up 8 retailers to break even, around 10 to make a small profit, but our ideal target would be to sign up 25 retailers. A key question, of course, is why on earth would retailers pay us £18,000 of their money? Well, we think our card could be massively beneficial to their business. Let's take the example of your average student with £10 in their pocket to go out for the day. Let's say a fast food partner of ours was offering them a free drink with their meal. A drink typically costs about £1, so that would represent a 10% saving of their entire budget. To your eye, that might not give us enough of an incentive to go for that retailer because we can afford to go elsewhere. But when you're literally counting the pennies and you're on such a tight budget, that gives our target market a huge incentive to choose that retailer over one of their rivals.
A positive start from Josh and Sam. Lorraine questions the pair on their market research.
Have you approached any retailers?
Yes, we have. Recently we've been in contact with McDonald's and have been speaking to them, especially a franchisee for a local area about their what they do with their franchises, and we're speaking about our idea and whether they like it. And he went through it and he was talking about various laws which we've been addressing this week regarding the cap code towards marketing.
An assertive response from the GWA.
A lot of detail in there, and I think you've spent a lot of time researching that, so well done on that score. Help me understand a little bit about the £146,000 that you've got to spend for the cards, because you've got to make the order in one go?
Well, was it assumed? Did you say? My question was going to be allied to that was, did you say to the manufacturer would be after 365,000 cards, or did he just give you a price per thousand?
We based it on the idea that because our original idea, like I said, was the whole £5 thing. We based that on 1,000 cards to each school, and but we were going to make them more individual. We've recently obviously adapted this idea, so we feel that the 40p per card will be a lot less when we are doing
If
bulk.
you order 1,000, is it 40p? Or
Yeah.
if you order 365,000, is it
No,
40p?
1,000.
The price reflects if we order it in batches of 1,000. Our head teacher, when we spoke to him, he was confident that schools would be happy to distribute these cards without an incentive. We suggested the idea of, would you definitely be happy with this? That's when he came up with the idea of the charities, but he felt that most schools, he certainly said he would be happy to do it as a school. I know, of course, it's our school, so there might be slight bias there, but he felt that he would be happy to do it without us having to give them a financial incentive.
The boys are quizzed further on their business.
What happens when NUS launch a junior NUS card?
So NUS is a student union, so they are solely based with the 16 to 21. I don't think, because it's a student union, it's set up as a charity. And so obviously we've had to look into that because ours wouldn't be a charity. And theirs would rely on students because it works as ID as well, whilst ours is choosing not to involve.
So the fact that you're launching in just the southeast year one, I think weakens your proposition, because if I was a retailer with 500 stores across the country and I'm spending all this money, it's got to be spread across the country because students and youngsters travel.
Why a card? It's very old-fashioned, it's cumbersome, it's expensive. Yeah, thank you. Why not just have the website where they can download a voucher code on their mobile phone where they're in one of the retail units and deal with it that way? Then you've cut out an awful lot of the problems. How much does it cost?
Well, we feel that with a card, it's the sort of the desirability factor of the card, especially when it's in your wallet. Like if it's online, then it's there to be like you can call on it if you want to. But if it's actually in your wallet and you're getting money out and it's there, then you'll think it's incentivizing them to use it. And also, I think, especially with the age range 11 to 16, there's a definite sort of thing about a card that you have in your wallet, because obviously you don't have access to credit cards, obviously, and also like bank cards as well. And we still think that there's a definite desire towards this and would be something that would be used very frequently.
A sound pitch from the confident pen.
Hi, my name's Alessandro Tricarico, and my business is a domestic cleaning company called Clear Window Cleaning. We offer a range of cleaning services to the domestic market. Window cleaning is our core service, and then we also offer a range of additional services. These include conservatory cleaning, conservatory roof cleaning, fascia board and soffit cleaning, gutter clearing, and just recently I've added UPVC restoration. That's a new service which only I offer. I'm the only person in the area that offers that service. Window cleaning is carried out using the water-fed pole method of window cleaning. That uses purified water and telescopic poles. The advantages of that are that, well, obviously it eliminates all the risk associated with window cleaning, such as the use of ladders. It allows me to clean previously inaccessible windows, such as windows above conservatory roofs and windows which you traditionally couldn't access from a ladder. I started the business with about £800 of my own money. I saw someone cleaning windows with the system that I use. I thought it looked really good, and I did the initial calculations in my head, and I realised that a good profit could be made from this type of business. So I'd always wanted to work for myself. I was in employment at the time, and I was on a reasonable salary, but it wasn't my ambition. So I was looking around for a business idea. I saw this, and I realised it can make money. I've currently got a turnover of around £3,000 a month now. I've got about 300 regular clients who I provide a regular window cleaning service to, and obviously lots of complementary services which they buy from time to time. Over the next year, I'd like to double my turnover to around £6,000 a month, and this would allow me to support to take on a full-time employee. I'd like to franchise the business model, and that way I can carry on expanding the domestic side of the business, but expand it throughout the south of England.
It's a nervous start from 21-year-old Alessandro.
First of all, I admire you for giving up your job, you know, a paid salary and giving it up for something else. I think you've done really well, and courage for you for doing that. The bit I'm a little bit worried about, in the current economic climate, when people are looking to trim their budgets as much as they are, window cleaning could be seen as a bit of a luxury item. Just explain to me how you've built your business to the extent you have, and why you think there's that growth potential still in there.
I've built it by working very hard, and I've built it by putting myself out there a lot. The thing is, there's an untapped potential in the cleaning market, and because the value of the cleans is so small, if you get the right type of customers, there's enough of them out there who want the service to actually buy it, and that very small bit of money from everyone, when you do it right, it can, well, obviously you've seen I'm turning over £3,000 a month by myself.
So how quickly did it grow to get to 3,000?
It grew quite quickly. After about 3 months, I think I was turning over about £2,000 a month. And it's sort of gone like this. Yeah.
Can you go, just as you are, can you go from 3,000 to 4,000 to 5,000?
I could go to 4,000 a month.
Right. So you're getting close to the point where you've got to expand this.
Can I just clarify that the system, you take the water with you, it's purified water.
Yeah, yeah.
You haven't got anything in your business plan for the cost of the water, or is there a small amount of detergent in or not?
There's no detergent.
Okay, so it's just water.
Just water.
Which will be coming from presumably a metered source or something.
Yeah, I've not really kept a record of. The thing is, I pay keep, and it's sort of covered in that.
How many hours each week do you have to work cleaning to generate £3,000 a month?
The thing is, I'm not working every day, every week. So
how many hours a month would it take to generate 3,000 from you cleaning?
Well, I could do sort of a 9 to 5 day, 5 days a week, and conservatively make £800 a week from core window cleaning, forgetting about the other services. If I just, because some of my turnover comes from additional services.
I have to say, I was reading your proposal, and it really resonated, because I am actually looking for a window cleaner right now.
You obviously thought about all of this in depth. You've got all of the, you talked about regulations, you talked about the money side of it, you talked about cross-selling and how you build the business. You've obviously really looked into this, and your passion comes through fantastically. I do echo my fellow judges' concern about finding people like you to take this business on, and I think your biggest challenge is the step up, and when you've got to bring more people into your employment.
That's what everyone has said to me along the way. They've always said, well, it's a great business, but you can't expand it beyond you. But there's so many cleaning companies that employ hundreds of staff, and they're going out to.
You can't do it. From what you've demonstrated, I'm sure you will make an absolute, brilliant job of it.
Yeah.
Looks like Alessandro has just secured another customer from Jane McGill.
Hi, I'm Zach. This is Olivia.
Our business is called Fashion Shack.
And our motto is look good, do good, feel good.
Our idea is basically a clothing website, which is an indirect way to get young adults involved in charity. Our target market is obviously like 16 to 25-year-olds. The reason for this is because usually they're the type of people that won't go into a charity shop because it's seen as like uncool, it's not really the thing to do. And also on our website we'll have a page called Style Shack, which will be a page for like outfit ideas from the clothes we have on our website. The clothes will come from charity shops, the clothes that they can't sell. They'll get 30% from each piece of each item.
Our competition, so who are our competition? We've been researching online. The closest we found is the Big Wardrobe, which is an online swap shop, and customers can put clothes on there Other customers can go online, have a look at the clothes, you can swap it for other items. Also eBay. eBay is like an online auction site, you know, and that's the closest we could really find. We couldn't find anything close to charity based. The reason people would come to us is because basically they can donate to charity while getting something back.
To market our idea, we'd go online to like blogging websites like Facebook. The reason for this is because they currently have 750 million users who spend 700 billion minutes on there each month. So it's quite likely some of them will see our website branded on there.
It's a positive start for the young couple. It seems that Olivia has picked up a few bargains for herself.
We've got a few clothes.
Yeah, just a few items. Went shopping yesterday to my mum's charity shop. This is a blouse by Nicole Fahy, a designer who's featured in Harrods. Her clothes are very expensive and I got that for a very good price. And this is one of, for that, £5.
Your suit second-hand?
Unfortunately not. No.
My dress is, and it's from Ted Baker.
Yeah.
So, well, it's from a charity shop, but Ted
How much
Baker.
did you pay for your dress?
£10, I think.
The challenges we discussed was the logistics associated with this. You were going to go and collect the clothes from a charity shop, and then you were going to manage the distribution from the when people bought things from the website. Have you thought any more about how you'd actually need to do that?
Well, we spoke to a guy from ILG Logistics.
He could do the storage for us, distribute and do all the sales
We
for
would-
us, so we wouldn't need to worry about that.
We would just have to bring it to him in a package, with,
Yeah.
so it's ready to send, but they'd item it up.
I was a little bit concerned because you said that the clothes that you would get would be the clothes that couldn't be sold in a charity shop. So there's one issue, which is, so if there's clothes that are not going to be sold or can't be sold in a charity shop, what makes you guys different? Why would people
The
buy
reason
from you?
is I've gone into charity shops plenty of times and there's been clothes there for 3 weeks and they haven't sold, and it will be the nicest piece of clothing. But the reason is it's not selling is because the young market don't go in there to buy it, whereas it's more of an older age market that go into charity shops. So they're the clothes that are selling, not the young people's clothes.
Have you approached any charity shops yet? Or charities
I've
to
spoken
get
to
involved?
the regional manager of Mary Curie, and we recently contacted
Sam Ryder from St Catherine's
yeah.
Hospice.
What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge in setting this business up? The most difficult part of the operation?
Probably getting it off the ground
Yeah, just
first.
yeah, getting that.
I mean,
the first thing that you've got to do?
it's getting our customers to,
Yeah.
it's getting people to know
Interested
we've
as
got-
well, because it's
yeah.
quite a difficult for people. Some people will hear charity and just run from the word,
Yeah.
especially young people. So I think getting people comfortable with our concept, and because it's not direct to them, so I think that helps. But I think that would probably be the biggest challenge.
My name's Sam, and my company's Sam's Kitchen. I've always liked business from a very early age. It's always something that I've liked, at first, not just because I like doing it, not because of the money. And I sold McDonald's toys in my dad's automobilia store, which is parts for old veteran cars that you drive past your offices here just before Christmas. So how did I come out about Sam's Kitchen? Well, I found that my granddad used to go in Selfridges for lunch occasionally, so I thought I want to find out what Selfridges is. I'd never heard of it at the time. It's basically Harrods, but for younger people. Sorry, I do like Harrods. And so when I was in there, I saw them selling cupcakes and gingerbread houses, and I just thought, this is meant to be the best in the world, and I can do better. So I went home and did exactly that. When I left school, I wanted to do something. I didn't want to go to uni like all my other friends are doing. So I thought, aha, here we go. I'll make this into a business. And so that's basically what happened. This is new for 2013. What you see here is zigzag lines are in fashion this year, pastel colours, flowers, and again, he's wearing a thing. And I've got some here for you guys to try out. Noise all right. Yeah. Yeah, so these are all about fashion. They're new for this year, and they've so far proven quite popular. We're already in talks with a few people, and even today someone's rung me up trying to have some samples of them for next week, so obviously I'm quite pleased about that. And before that, I've been supplying Tully's Farm for the past 3 years. I was trying to get into a shop, and out of everyone, Sue at Tully's Farm really got she just got it, and she was willing to give me a try, which I obviously really appreciate. It's been successful. It's grown over the 3 years. This is the 3rd year. And they've involved me in their Shoptoberfest, which is the 3rd largest Halloween event in the world, I think it is, something like that. All their Angry Birds maze this year. I was icing with children, so they would dress up as Sam's Kitchen head chef and have all their little Smarties and all that kind of sweets. And they do whatever shape of the scene, like pumpkins for Halloween or Angry Birds for Angry Birds, that type of thing, which is going quite well. Gingerbread men, as far as we know, the first time they came about was by Elizabeth I. She had some important guests coming, and so she had gingerbread in the shape of her important guests. And that's the first recorded time that gingerbread came about.
It's a confident start for young Sam.
And the last thing I just wanted to show you, I had a phone call. Well, actually, ironically, just about the day or day before or after, I got through to the first round of this process. And they said, Sam, we love your biscuits, we love what you do, we love your icing with the children, we'd like to put you a paid feature in our organisation. I thought, well, okay. And so they sent me all the information, I was very happy. They said, Sam, we would only put the best in and we think you're the best. And so I'm in Vogue magazine this month. It's the March edition.
It's an impressive achievement from Sam to get into Vogue.
What's the biggest challenge to your growth? What's the most difficult thing?
Production is the problem. I mean, last week I've been visiting different people, and I think it'll be okay. We have at least found one person that will be able to do it.
If you talk about where your dream for the business.
Yeah.
But if you could imagine yourself, everything's gone really well.
Yeah.
5-10 years from now, how much would you like to be earning from this business?
I think about 8 million a year. I think, I know, obviously, I'm not an I'm not, yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that for something which is going to be very sought after, hopefully, that you do aim high.
Oh, don't you worry. I mean, there's no way I'm going to be able to get my very own steam trainer or veteran car, as I say, without aiming high, because I'm just never going to get it. But it's never going to happen overnight. It's not an overnight.
No, but sorry, I was expecting in your business plan to see if I do this and I do this and I put these costs in and my distribution goes up. So I didn't quite see in the business plan the dream in the plan.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously you've done what you can do today, but what I'd like to do is to see your growth potential.
Well, that's a place to learn something about, and hopefully I can improve on that in the future.
Yeah. So if you were to win this competition, and how do you see the prize fund and us helping you to grow your business and expand to where you want it to go to become your dream?
Obviously, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Every aspect of the prize will help me in different areas. The money, up to the website. You know, it really will just push everything. As I say, everything's done by myself, and having to have experts help me out with it will obviously make a huge difference. Because as I'm doing it all myself.
Sam, I would like to commend you on your brand and your packaging.
Thank you.
From a design agency point of view, I think you've done a stellar job, and I think you've done as good a job as any agency would come up with. I think the brand's crisp and clean.
Rare praise from marketing expert Matt Turner.
But I think what concerns me is how are you going to market this? How are you going to make this your own space? Yeah, how are you going to push your brand into the forefront of home? So when they go to Costa, they don't get a Costa biscuit, they get a Sam's Kitchen gingerbread man.
Well, I mean, obviously I'd like to employ an advertising company. They're experts in their field, and I don't completely understand it, and I wouldn't want to throw money away just for the sake of trying.
Everything that you've done well. The recipe, the cooking, the marketing and so on. the brand any further, you can't do it all.
No,
so where is your focus going to be?
I think it's the creativity, to keep pushing forward. You can't do the same thing for the next 100 years because it just won't happen. This is going to change. You know, when summer comes in, they're going to be wearing shorts, and
At
that's
what
where.
point, Sam, does your mum get her kitchen back?
Well, hopefully soon. That's what I'm looking for now.
Okay, good evening. My name is Summer Shane and my business plan is an online-based company called Hire My Clothes. It's for individuals to use for things that you only wear once or things you don't want to spend a lot of money on. This is like prom dresses, fancy dress and also wedding dresses. Ideally, users can find something in their local area to get. Individuals can choose whether they want to sell or hire their items out. I have also contacted businesses. Some of them have already listed their items on the site, and others, when users cannot find what they are looking for, their store will come up. If there are any questions, I'll be very happy to answer them.
It's a positive start for the 17-year-old student.
How many items?
At the moment, I think there's about 50 items, so we still need to get content on the site.
So what are you doing to get the content on the site?
Currently, at the moment, the only kind of promotion we have is on Facebook. We do have a Twitter page, but other things I want to look into to advertise it would be on the local radio station, newspapers, and other kind of things.
What about research? What research have you done to ask your friends, your family, that there is definitely a market for hiremyclothes.com?
Okay, well, because obviously I go to fancy dress parties myself, I've had prom, so I know that I've got these things in my cupboard myself that I have put my things on there, and I know my friends have dresses, fancy dress outfits, and I've also done a survey for people to do, and I've seen that they would use it, and they have got things that they would put on there.
If I was wanting to hire out my prom dress, let's
Yeah.
say, do I, as the kind of hirer, kind of put
So
that on your website and somebody contacts me and
Yeah.
then I send it to whomever?
So you can put it on the website, so you can put your prom dress on the website, choose how much you would like to charge them for a week, and you can choose your own how much you would like them to deposit, and you can also personalise the terms and conditions as well.
What happens if they don't send it back?
But then you keep the deposit, so it's all been done through lawyers and the terms and conditions when you do sign up to the site. So if you've got damage to the dress, then you won't be getting your deposit back. Yeah. It starts this month, yeah.
This month it
because
starts.
before it's all been my dad kind of doing the money side of things.
Dean quizzes Summer on the functionality of the site.
The name is really super. It tells the customer exactly what the business is all around, so well done for that. You've got 50 items on the site at the moment. One of the things is you want people to come to the site and look at it and then keep on coming back.
Yeah.
With only 50 items, that's very limited at the moment. How do you see that actually growing? What are you doing now to really grow the numbers of items so that you've got the repeat customer?
At the moment, it is free for users to put their things on the website. It's free for them to sell, so they take 100% profit back. And I'm going to do this up until I get about 1,500 users, and I'm hoping when I get that amount that hopefully there will be a lot of content on the website.
How do you get to the point where you actually grow it now with people? What are you doing to actually
At
get
the
new
moment,
people
I'm
to put
going to
stuff on?
be starting in the kind of Crawley local area and be promoting and advertising here. And then once that kicks off, I'm going to be going to neighbouring areas.
I love the brand. I think it's really cool and catchy. But I think what worries me is lack of content. I think that really worries me. And also other players in the marketplace like ASOS have launched their online trading place now as well. And ASOS is the fastest growing online fashion retailer probably in the world at the moment. And how you're going to compete with them, I think, that's what's really interesting. How you're going to compete with them, how you're going to break into that market, how you're going to make your brand more than just a gum tree.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's more unique. It's not actually shops that have bought out old stock and they're selling stock. It's for individuals to use themselves. So old prom dresses, fancy dress, things that have already been worn and it's somebody else's.
So what would you do? What are you going to do to populate the website? You know, at the moment, so you've got this £1,000 investment a month going in a month. So from now, what are your plans to get that? To get it lots of content.
I think it will be radio campaigns, newspaper campaigns.
Are there other aspects of running the business that you would need support for? Are you comfortable with the finances or the?
I think I'm happy with the finances because of the investor. So the finance is okay, but then
your
it's kind of making money.
Your investor won't be monitoring your finances for you, will they?
No.
Yes.
I think in June I'm going to start charging people 10% of their profit. So from there I want to be making a profit, and I think it comes through in October. If it goes according to plan, then I'll be making a profit in about October.
After a grilling in the den, summer finishes on a positive note.
Good evening. My name is Gillah and I am the creator of ICWS, which stands for If Clothes Are Songs. If Clothes Are Songs is a designer clothing label that heavily based off of teenage culture. Now, the two big factors of teenage culture, I believe, are music and fashion. And with my market research, this is proven. The way it works is I approach a band, and a new upcoming band that aren't very well recognised or aren't very well established, and I say to them that I will design a t-shirt inspired by the mood and the feel of their song. Then this will be sold on my online shop to the teenage consumers for £20, in which they get the t-shirt and they get the download of the song. The band benefit, obviously, from the £1 to £2 commission per sale, which they wouldn't normally get this early in their career. I benefit, of course, from profiting from the t-shirt sales, which fluctuates between, the profits are £10 roughly per sale. But this fluctuates between £10 to £15 depending on the contract I get with the right company, which is a key part, I believe, to my success as this designer clothing label. Along with this is to obviously be profitable by the end of the first year. 6 months in, I aim to introduce 4 new designs, starting with 5 original generic designs, some mixed already with the bands, and some basic designs that will be not affiliated with any bands at all. By the end of the year, I aim to have 13 bands signed. I already have 4 interested, 1 based in the US, 2 in Tunbridge Wells, and 1 is an artist based in Tunbridge Wells who is, she's just on her own, not affiliated with any bands. Thank you for listening, and feel free to ask me any questions.
It's an unusual business proposition from young Dylan.
Yes.
Your sales?
Yes.
So month 1, you're going to sell 14 t-shirts.
Yep.
A month 12, you're going to sell 67 t-shirts.
Yes.
Doesn't seem like very many with 13 bands. Doesn't seem like very many at all. If you look at that as an average, they're selling like, 4 or 5 t-shirts each.
Well, with the cash flow, I've tried to keep down the number I've sold to sort of not overestimate how many I'll sell. But depending on the bands, some will be based in the US, and this will mean that I can't sell at their gigs because of where they are, their location. But their sales will be mainly directed through the website, but also give them the opportunity to buy my stock and sell them themselves at their own gigs, also promoting the design label.
And let's say Marathon go along and they start performing music in a place called, say, the Cavern,
Yep.
and they meet somebody called Brian Epstein, the second, and they become a mega group.
Yeah.
Okay. Who owns that design and t-shirt, so that when you get an order for 500,000 t-shirts because this has gone worldwide?
Yeah.
What happens then? Who owns that and the profit that comes from that?
I was hoping through the law investment that I would be able to set up a standard pro forma contract. That means that I can make sure that I have the stronger power on, I have the powers more on my side, so that if that band ever split up, or if they get more well known, that if they want to leave the contract, there's some kind of, they have to buy the stock, or they have to sort of pay a certain amount. And for when it increases...
Because you've got the right to produce it?
Yeah, I have the right to produce this. I could sell on the, this is not part of the plan, but I could sell on the right to them. But, yeah, licensing.
Do you get enough to pay yourself?
Well, to start with, I wouldn't be paying myself anything or very little out of the company, because at the moment, I currently have no need for that income. At the moment, it would be disposable income, but yeah, it would just be wasted. So by year 2 or 3,
No more drugs for you, Dylan.
I'd end up buying clothes from somewhere else. So well, there's a website I use at the moment called unsigned.com, which has a lot of you can find UK bands on there. It's like a directory for new bands. They put themselves up there and that.
So little e-commerce site up saying, listen, join unsigned.com. We've got a bank of student graphic designers. They've got all the art. Do you know what I mean? They've got the platform. They've got the visitors. They've got the fans going there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's stopping them from doing that? What's stopping them blowing you out straight away?
Why don't you go to them with the idea?
Yeah, maybe, I guess that is a good suggestion, actually. Yeah, thank you.
The judges questioned Dylan on his inspiration.
I have some inspiration from several different areas, but I think my motivation would be my mum, I'd say. She was kind of a big motivator for me, I think. And I think
In what way?
she told me I should do something really, really good, something really that I'll be proud of and feel happy with, and something I really want to do. And so that kind of pushed me.
Well, the Den is now closed for another year, but I'd like to say how extremely impressed I have been by all of the fantastic business ideas that we have seen from our young finalists. Young startup talent has gone from strength to strength over the last 3 years, and I look forward to it going national. I'd like to express my sincere thanks to all of the sponsors and judges for supporting young startup talent, and wish our young budding entrepreneurs all the very best for the future.